what I thought was kind of interesting was it almost feels like acting's kind of like espionage, because you're assuming a different identity.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that. That's part of why I like my job, is that I get to put on someone else's clothes and take on someone else's quirks or interests and be someone else and escape into that for a while. It's part of the perks of the job, I guess.
Well, and Emma's a pretty complex character too. How did you go about bringing those complexities out and adding those emotional nuances too?
Well, part of what I was drawn to Emma is that she was written to be her own person, that she's intelligent, she's independent, and I liked that she has set out to make a name for herself in a world that's not so keen on accepting her necessarily. She's fighting on with nothing but her own merit, her own wit, and her own strength to make it in a male-dominated corporate world of big business. And I liked that. I felt it was different from other characters that I played, not in her strength, but rather in the backstory and the setting in which she has to strive.
I always noticed you have a great rhythm on screen. Do you ever listen to music to get in a character? Do you remember what you were listening to around the time of Paranoia?
Absolutely. I'm really, actually, it's one of the things I've always done is build playlists based on the project, and I do playlists for scenes, and it's very important to me that I have crafted the music to go with the moment, the scene, the character.
What were you listening to then? Do you remember?
I made a long playlist. It was a lot of. It's funny because our movie Paranoia is in many ways a generational tale. It's David and Goliath, and it's many things. It's loyalty and morality versus blind ambition and selfishness. But there is something to be said about one of the main themes of the movie, which is about the generational gap, the new generation, perhaps the generation that Liam and I come from, how it's confronted with the world that the older generation has left us with. And I think that can be seen in the economy, it can be seen in our work potential, it can be seen in a lot of things, and I like that there is that element. So my music, I tried to incorporate both new underground hip-hop, techno, kind of more, I guess, my generation's music. And I had a second half of that playlist, which is very much a different kind of music.
What were some of the artists in particular?
M83, Vampire Weekend, there are lots.
Right on. Who do you usually listen to? Who are some of your favorite bands or some of your favorite singers?
I have such a wide variety of tastes that it would be impossible to pinpoint certain artists, but I have a personal, I guess personally I have a soft spot for the blues, old blues, Delta blues, Jimmy Reed, R.L. Burnside, Skip James, B.B. King, John Lee Hooker. Yeah.
And have you heard the soundtrack yet? It's killer.
I haven't heard the soundtrack. I haven't, but I would be really interested to hear it. How did you? Is it?
Junkie XL. He did a great job. He scored it, so it's got an EDM vibe, but it fits the movie.
I have to ask for it.
Yeah. Oh, it's killer. So the other thing that I was curious about too is, given the theme of the film being watched and everything, is anybody ever really safe in the movie?
In the movie, no. I think that's the point, is that everybody, similar to what we might do in real life, is take for granted all the conveniences of technology come at a cost, and what cost that comes at, it depends on how much you rely on those modern conveniences, how much you rely on the internet, social media, etc., and how much that compromises your access to